Today, we're talking about a mysterious light that every living thing gives off. Now, you may not have heard much about this before, but this light, called biophotons, could hold powerful insights into the energy and health of our bodies. So, what are biophotons? How do we measure them? Why do we even have them? And how might they be connected to energy healing? Well, we're going to explore all these questions and uncover what makes biophotons so special. So let's start with the basics. Biophotons are ultra-weak light particles. They're emitted by all living things, plants, animals, even bacteria, and of course, humans. Now, you might be wondering, if they're light particles, then why can't we just see them? Well, biophotons are really, really faint, and the human eye just isn't sensitive enough to see them. But don't let that fool you. These tiny light particles are 100% real, and they may actually play a role in how our cells communicate and stay healthy. Scientists believe that biophotons are created within our cells in the DNA through a process where molecules exchange energy. Now, because biophotons are so faint, scientists use special equipment to be able to measure them. They use something called a photomultiplier tube. So think of it like a super sensitive camera that can detect even the weakest amounts of light. And this tool not only picks up on the biophotons, it can even count them. In labs, scientists typically put a plant leaf or someone's human hand under a photomultiplier tube in a completely dark room. They wait, and then slowly these biophotons are detected, and they're counted one by one. This brings us to the question, why are biophotons there in the first place? Well, researchers are still figuring this out, but there are some really interesting theories. One popular idea is that biophotons help our cells communicate with each other. So you could think of them as these messengers sending information from one cell to another cell. And this communication might help to coordinate healing processes in the body, like how cells know when to repair tissues or even fight off infections. Some scientists think that biophotons might be connected to the overall health or the energy of our cells. So cells that emit more light might be healthier or have more energy, while cells that are sick or damaged might give off fewer biophotons. This is where things get really interesting. Tom Tam, the founder of Tong Ren Energy Healing, has some really intriguing ideas about biophotons and their connection to our health. Tom Tam believes that biophotons aren't just random emissions, but rather they're a form of coherent light that carries vital information within our bodies. He sees them as a key component of what traditional Chinese medicine calls qi. Now, you might be familiar with the concept of qi, or the life force energy that flows through all living things. But how does Tom Tam link qi to the science of biophotons? Well, he suggests that biophotons are intimately connected to other forms of energy already in the body, like bioelectricity and even gravitons. And according to him, these energies work together to maintain balance and harmony within our cells. And disruptions in this delicate balance can lead to illness. So in Tom Tam's view, these biophotons are like tiny messengers carrying information that helps keep our bodies functioning properly. And he believes that by understanding and manipulating these subtle energies, we can promote healing and restore health. Beyond Tom Tam's ideas, scientists have also studied other factors that can influence our biophoton levels. So, one study looked at meditation and our overall mental state and how they could affect the biophoton emissions. In this study, participants who regularly practiced meditation showed higher levels of biophoton emission. It's as if their bodies were glowing more brightly. This suggests that relaxation and positive mental states might increase the light within us. Then another study examined people practicing energy healing, and it showed that those trained to work with energy seemed to emit more biophotons from their hands. Now, the idea here is that these healers might be channeling or focusing their energy in a way that increases light output, potentially contributing to the effects that some people experience during healing. Now, diet has also shown to make a difference. Studies showed that fresh raw foods like fruits and vegetables seem to help our body emit more biophotons. So fresh foods themselves carry more light energy than processed foods. So by eating foods that are rich in natural energy, we might be giving ourselves a boost in this light. Now, this is where biophotons and energy healing start to connect in a really fascinating way. In energy healing practices, we work with the idea that energy flows through us and around us. And some believe that biophotons are part of this energy system. They're an expression of our energy or our health levels. So, for example, an energy healer might use their hands to focus the energy toward a specific area of the body. And if that part of the body emits more biophotons, it could mean that the cells there are becoming more energized or more alive. Some scientists even think that this light may help trigger healing responses, guiding cells to repair and rebuild tissues. Then there's one famous researcher called Fritz Albert Popp. He studied biophotons extensively, and he believed that illness or imbalance could be caused by disruptions in the biophoton emissions of cells. In other words, if the light in our cells is chaotic or it's out of sync, it could signal health problems. So by working with energy like we do in healing practices, it might be possible to bring this light back into harmony and restore balance and health. And here's where it gets even more interesting. There's also research comparing how biophotons behave around people with different types of relationships. So in one study, scientists found that people who are emotionally close to each other, so when I say emotionally close, I mean they have shared empathy, emotional vulnerability, and commitment, like you would with a close friend or a close family member. So when they looked at this, they found that they can have higher biophoton emissions and synchronization. So here with synchronization, I mean the patterns of the light were similar. And for romantic couples, this effect was even stronger, showing more coherent or in sync patterns of biophoton emissions than between, say, a stranger or just an acquaintance. So this suggests that biophotons might not just reflect your individual health, but it could also play a role in the energy we share with others. So imagine these tiny light particles as a kind of nonverbal communication that connect us in ways we can't really see, we don't fully understand, but we can measure. It opens up new ways of thinking about energy exchanges in relationships and how these might influence our own light. So, what does this mean for us? Well, the amazing thing about biophotons is they don't just show how healthy our cells are, they also carry a deeper message. They're part of how our body communicates what's going on inside of us. And it's almost like a little snapshot of who you are in the moment, what you're feeling, what you're focused on, even what your soul is trying to express. Think of it this way: your soul's intent, what you desire deep inside, whether it's love, healing, or peace, sends out this energy. And the energy flows through your body, it affects your cells, and the biophotons they release carry that energy as a message. So if your intent is to heal or to feel joy, your cells are going to pick up on that, and the light they emit reflects it. And this light doesn't just stay inside you, it actually interacts with the world around you. So the energy your biophotons carry can influence others, connecting your light with theirs. It shows how deeply we're all connected, even on this level we can't see. Biophotons are a reminder that everything about you, your feelings, your focus, your energy, affects the light you give off. And when you take care of yourself, align with love, focus on healing, you're not just helping yourself, you're spreading this light and this harmony to everyone around you. So make sure you're not underestimating the power and influence you have, especially with those in your life you love. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments, and check out the additional links in the description to dive deeper into this fascinating topic.